And welcome to the Aaron Katzman Show. I'm your host, Aaron Katzman. We're here to speak about your life, your money, and your investments. And as always, we're coming to you from the spiritual and soon to be financial capital of the world, Jerusalem, Israel. If you like this video or any other of my videos, be sure to hit the like button. And if you have not yet done so, and I cannot imagine why, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So I want to speak today again about retirement. I know it sounds like a broken record. It's retirement, but I want to take another aspect of retirement, and that's what I would call the philosophical. It's not really philosophical. We're not talking about Aristotle, but the more philosophical aspect of retirement. And there's certain things that you should need to look out for in your first year of retirement. I've mentioned this, I've written about this all the time, how people will come to me and clients will come, they say, you know what, Aaron, we're retiring in 33 days, right? And they make their little X's on their calendar, the countdown, like my kids do, right? All our kids do that for the end of the year, school year, right? They start Xing out the days until the end. They do the same thing, right? Until I'm quitting work and I'm gonna, take the calendar, make an X each day out until I get to the promised land, which is retirement. And they say, Mr. Katzman, what are we gonna do? But I'm retiring on a Friday, and on Sunday morning, we're heading to the airport and off we go. Of course, this is, for the last 2 years or so of Corona, that didn't really happen, but it's starting again. And certainly pre-Corona, that was something that happened all the time. What I would like to say is retirement is not exactly a vacation, okay? What does that mean? It means that, let's say you go, right? You travel, right? You're heading to the airport. You're going to go away for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I don't care how many weeks you go away from. You're going to come back. And let's say you do it again and again, and you do it 3 times during the year. You take, 5-week vacations. I find that hard to believe. Let's say you do that, okay? You realize that leaves 37 other weeks of the year. You got to try and figure out what the heck you're going to do. Okay, so what I strongly urge people to do before they retire, don't wait until it's too late. I've seen it happen, and it's not always pretty. Think about what you want to do to fill up your time in retirement, right? Is it going to be volunteer work? Are you going to work out? Are you going to keep working part-time? Are you going to start some other kind of company part-time, an internet company? I don't know what it is. Okay, you've got to figure out what you're going to do, because as I've said 1,000 times, traveling is not a retirement plan. It's a great thing to do, but it doesn't solve what you're going to do for the majority of the year or the whole year, right? You got to fill up 365 days by hook or by crook. And you don't want to be, right? By hook or by crook, that sounds sort of lame, right? You're 67 years old or whatever, and you're retired, and you should really go out and be productive, and you're still young, and you've got energy. Why should it be that you're sort of playing out the clock, right? That shouldn't be the case. You should do it strategically and have a real good plan about how you want to enter this next phase of your life. I think it's important to relate to it that way, right? You had your childhood schooling phase, you had your work phase, and now you have your retirement phase. That doesn't mean you're looking at your watch and go, oh, look at that. Hey, Marge, I've got another 10 years and 2 days to live, right? We don't know, but we want to be productive, right? We want to enjoy ourselves, and we want to contribute to society, help our families, and what have you. The next thing that you need to think about, and that's if you're home, that there might be a spouse with you at home. And that has all kinds of other repercussions, right? When you went to work, you were sort of constrained by a work culture. Okay, let's say you were the boss at work. You set the culture potentially. When you're now going to be at home 24 hours a day, not leaving them, 7 a.m. and coming home at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. and eating dinner, watching Netflix, maybe having a quick conversation with your wife and going to sleep. Now you're going to be with, the two of you are going to be together for an awful long time to the day, and you can't be the boss. Okay, you can't start telling your spouse what to do day in and day out. I'm just going to sit back in my recliner with my little remote. You do everything, dear, because I'm in charge. It doesn't work that way. Okay. So you don't want to drive each other absolutely crazy. Okay. So you have to figure out, you have to think about it, you have to talk about it, what you're going to do, how you're going to do things together that it will entail both communication and, again, working together so that you don't get in each other's way all the time. You don't drive each other completely bonkers, okay? Because that can happen. The third thing I want to speak about is the financial side of it, but a little bit different. Hopefully you did things right and you saved and you've got your retirement savings and you have your, sort of a plan, how much you plan on withdrawing every year. There is a temptation in the first year or two of retirement that you're still sort of in the mindset, well, I got a salary coming in, I've got money coming in. You might have some pensions coming in, you might have a little Social Security coming in, or whatever country you're watching from, whatever their sort of social safety net is. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you can go out and say, you know what, yeah, we planned on living on X every year, but it's not a big deal if we take an extra $20,000, $30,000. Just don't tell anybody. We'll just do it this 1 year. Okay, so just so you know, okay, that lack of discipline is really going to screw you up down the road. Okay, that's money that can be compounding. And chances are, if you made a plan, it's one thing if you've got millions of dollars, but if you're like, regular people who've got, you're going to live on your pension, your Social Security, and, you've got a couple $100,000 stashed away, to take out such a significant part of your savings at such an early age, especially now when people are regularly living into their 90s, that's going to cause a lot of financial hardship down the road. So on the financial side, it sort of runs hand in hand, right, on the philosophical side, right? You have to have a certain discipline. Because if you don't have discipline, bad things are going to happen. Okay, it might be that you get into fights all the time with your wife. That's on the other side. And here, you might blow through your money really, really quick. And then what? You're going to both take 2 suitcases and show up and go, hey, knock, knock. Hey, kids, we're here. We're moving in for 15 years, give or take. That's not going to be a good situation, right? So be disciplined at the beginning. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself, but remember, you had a plan, you allocated X amount of money to withdraw every year, stick to it. If you get a great year in the market, things move up a lot more than you sort of planned. So think about that, right? But if things are sort of running to plan and on average, right, don't be sort of greedy at the beginning, saying we want to do everything at the beginning because you're going to run out of money. We don't want to see that. Okay, you have been tuning in to the Aaron Katzman Show. We speak to you about your life, your money, and your investments. Be sure to like this video and all my videos. And if you've not yet done so, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll speak to you soon.